picnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Jets. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now the second down throw on target, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Leading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 side here in this first quarter. Three and out here on 3rd and 4. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator dialing that one up and to great success?
They'll run on first down. Hubbard, he's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here's Darnold. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. I'm coming up to you. Ready? Jim.
Now a give, right side. It's Hubbard. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 6 guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys.
Cowboys 7, Jets
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The Jets take over first and 10
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go. 15 on it. 15 on it. 59. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Ball try. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. 59 is Mike. 59 is Mike. Check.
Now Jackson on first down. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 22. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On first down, Hubbard. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you. 56 to Mike.
To throw is Darnold. But he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. The shotgun snap for Darnold. He gets it to Thomas. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Here we go, 80. Check 4.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Here we go, son. 80. Check. Check. Hot.
6 yards puts them right on the doorstep, but now it'll be 4th and goal.
It went for broke on 3rd down, and it would have really lit up the sideline if that one had worked. What do they do now on 4th down?
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Lewis here on 1st down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready? Mike 59. Hey. You don't want none. Check 99. Check 99.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Check. Hey, wahoo!
After the interception, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Darnold down to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Go set. 56. Mike's 56. I got one. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Seibert on for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. Nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll run on first down. Lewis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by them.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jalen Smith. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Jackson now. And he's going to go down again. Jalen Smith picks up his second sack. Of the afternoon.
Brings up fourth down.
Here's the Jets punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. It's taken to the 26. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. And he rifles one incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas, but now it'll be 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
56, Mike, 56, right there, right there. 56.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that is incomplete. So drive 1, they had the field goal. Drive 2, touchdown. And now here on drive 3, looks like they're going to have to punt.
At least they were finally able to reverse the trend, because giving up the field goal, then the touchdown, it's almost like they finally got to the offensive side of the ball and said, okay, we've got the system to shut you down.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 4. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Mike's 56. You better bring it. You better.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be third and a mile.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57. I'm here all day.
From the 50, it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for him.
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Cowboys.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Darnold completes it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. first down throw, Darnold. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He hit his first. Now this from 43. Seibert's kick is good. And that one ups the lead to 22-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This will be taken in at the 1. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off around the 37. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Let's go.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Cowboys 29, Jets nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Yeah.
A 2nd down run with Lewis. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Looking to throw. Stanley. He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hubbard, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Darnold from the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, Stanley. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Here's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Mike, right there in the middle, 55. Hey, I'm coming.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Get in the weight room. Mike 55, Mike 50.
Darnold to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Darnold now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Hubbard. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now a throw here to his running back, and they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
To the air again, Darnold. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 9 now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And he brings it back To right around the 26-yard line.
29, Jets, nothing.
Go side. Mike 57.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
36. Man, 80.
On first down, it's Hubbard. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hubbard. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Check 13. Check 13. Man, 80. Check 3.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Fournette running out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the...
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
I'm going to come back to you.
Hurry, hit it.
Now they'll run with Lewis. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Jets on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Again, it's Lewis. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Lewis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Well, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Back to throw. Stanley. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
56 is the mic. Let's get the ball.
And they will take a knee here.
Donald on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
We're going to sign.
The 37-yard
56,
line.
right there, 56. Here we go.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Donald on the keeper.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Alert. 3 down.
And they take a knee.
Donald on the keeper.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
In your face.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys.